Man haters. What actually ever happens to these people that become man haters? They're everywhere on the internet. I actually don't really know, but I have a video that might help explain.
Hey everyone, in this video I want to address a continued and what seems like never-ending disregard for men in society. Specifically the progressive, leftist, woke, liberal women, or whatever title you want to give them. But I think we all know the ones
We can just call them women.
I'm talking about.
Society need men.
Yes and no.
No.
They're
So why
dumb.
yes and why no for you? And then I'll ask you why you said no.
Well, because in today's society, sometimes you don't need the male to have a baby anymore.
Yeah.
That's why I would say yes and no.
It's not like a moral thing for
Your egg has half the DNA. The sperm has the other half.
me. I'm like we can exist without men only because new research has been discovered of making egg into sperm, so we can reproduce without men. So it's not like a moral thing. It's more of like a like if men just died right now, could we survive? Yes, because of the new research that they're doing.
They really think they can even survive. That's the other part. It's just so dumb. They think they can survive and reproduce, but even just thinking that they could survive in the first place is already some kind of far-fetched idea.
Who think women run the world, who
They really
believe
do.
we don't need men, that life is better without men, and that all that men do is cause problems, are violent, and hurt women in society. Every day I see articles like this one, published in New York Magazine, titled, "This economist crunched the numbers and stopped dating men, and has never been happier." Are men really the problem, or perhaps this woman wasn't straight and found a better gay partner and used some numbers to substantiate her choice? Ultimately, this is just another case of women finding ways to blame men for their problems and playing the victim card to garner attention, pity, and reasoning for their situation. As I've said in some of my previous videos, it seems like the only way women know how to elevate themselves is by punching others down. It's sad and disgusting because
Because they can't create or do anything themselves, so they have to kind of piggyback off of others, either crapping on others or standing on them.
it's not only hurting men, but also women. It's creating a divide between us, a hate for one another that I
True.
think is leading to a loneliness epidemic. It's not natural to humans, and is causing an immense number of unintended consequences and destroying society. A recent Gallup poll found that men in the US aged 15 to 34 are amongst the loneliest in the West, with about 25% of men saying they experienced feelings of loneliness in the previous day. This trend is also felt in many other rich Western countries, like Ireland, Canada, and the UK, all above 20%. Many articles try to attribute this loneliness epidemic amongst young men to porn and video games. I might be wrong, but personally,
Of course, they always want to blame corn and video games. I mean, yes, they are big factors, but they aren't the only factor. The big factor is women aren't worth it. If women aren't worth it, what are we going to gravitate towards? Something that's better. Video games and corn.
I think those are just coping tools and an outlet for constantly being ridiculed, diminished, and rejected by society. It seems like every day there are stories mocking strong men, rejecting the idea that society needs men to function, disparaging the idea of kids needing a father, eliminating male bonding spaces, and humiliating the idea of men as the protectors, because they are actually the violent predators. I think modern society has wrongly guided men to a place of destitution, to a nowhere land, where their ingrained biological roles as men have been replaced by
Yeah, again, I always say it. Men have this yearning to want to help women. When women cry, it triggers something in us. It was made in us and put in us purposely so our species would survive. But look at how men operate nowadays. We literally fight that urge to help people because we know we're probably going to get accused of shit.
foreign concepts idealized by spiteful women. It's not normal, and we shouldn't expect men to embrace or tolerate it. If we look back at historical tribal and hunter-gatherer societies, as well as warrior cultures, gender roles often reflected a division of labor shaped by survival needs.
Correct.
Men typically engage in high-risk mobile activities such as hunting.
They always forget the high risk part, right? Hunting wild boars hunting elephants and tigers and bears, oh my, is dangerous. A lot more dangerous than foraging.
Raiding or warfare, while women focus on tasks that ensured community stability, including gathering, food processing, childcare, and maintaining social networks. Although men and women generally cohabited in shared communities, it was common for men to spend extended periods away in all-male groups, pursuing these activities, which not only promoted strong male bonds and hierarchies, but also reinforced their roles as protectors and providers. Within both male and female groups, hierarchies emerged alongside multi-generational structures, enabling elders to impact wisdom, enforce norms, and guide.
This is what we are sorely lacking in the West. Like, I actually have this. All of my aunts give me plenty of advice, especially about the donut shop and stuff. I have so many cousins that give me advice about the donut shop because they've been in the industry for 40 plus years. My aunt has owned her donut shop for 40 plus years. My cousin ran that particular donut shop for like almost 25 years plus now. All my other cousins and all my other aunts have owned donut shops for 30, 40 plus years. My father has owned a donut shop for about 20 plus years. So it's like they are grooming me to be a donut shop owner. They groomed me since I was a kid. I grew up in that industry, grew up customer service, understanding flour, understanding frosting, understanding everything, because I had elders guiding me throughout all of my life. Americans don't have that. It's so sad to see most Americans, especially males, are just flailing out there without much guidance. Where I actually had guidance and I was stupid enough to go against the guidance, failed many times, and now look where I'm at. I'm back in the guidance. Like, teach me, please. I don't want to be a dumbass anymore.
Guide younger members towards their social roles, fostering leadership and community cohesion. Today, especially in Western societies, these communal systems have largely transitioned to isolated nuclear family units, often characterized by minimal interaction with neighbors or extended kin. The traditional
Yeah, at least my family is very extended. Our extended family, all of my cousins, and like we're huge. We talk to each other all the time. We do get-togethers all the time. It's not just my family, like my dad and his kids. We're not secluded from my other cousins and aunts and uncles. No, we're all one big family unit.
A world of men, marked by purpose-driven bonding through shared risk and rituals, now finds limited outlets in areas like sports or military service. Similarly, the multi-generational female support groups that once provided the emotional, practical, and social guidance have
It's also gone, right? Women constantly guiding each other how to deal with relationships, how to deal with men, how to deal with things the right way. Now we get bitter women telling women, stay bitter and can't wait for you to, be alone and single with me too.
diminished, leading women to rely more heavily on male partners for the kind of comprehensive support that was once provided by female communities. But for many male partners, because of their nature, the nuclear family is not enough in fulfilling their needs for deeper purpose and male camaraderie, as a single female partner cannot fully replicate the dynamics of historical all-male groups.
True.
And thus, it's unrealistic for women to expect their male partner to fully replace the emotional support provided by traditional female groups. Yet, this common dynamic where partners are burdened as everything often fuels unhappiness, exacerbated by eroded social networks, urbanization, and digital isolation. But yet, this is the modern-day expectation. And if men fall short, they are perceived as uninterested, disconnected, and not present as good partners and fathers. Social media only reinforces these high expectations set on men, further fueling the division between men and women. One reason is the anonymity of social media allows people to state opinions, lies, and falsehoods
True.
they would never express in person.
Tell you guys the truth, I'm pretty genuine. I don't want to say that, but it's like how I think and my thought process and how I speak here is exactly how I speak in real life. Like, trust me, I argue with a lot of women about male topics all the time. Do I argue? No, I have conversations and debates here and there, but I still genuinely talk about male issues a lot. Like, it's weird sometimes. People always, I always relate things to male issues because it's always constantly in my head.
So widespread sayings like men are trash are normalized. You also see women repeatedly vent about bad relationships, without acknowledging their role in choosing or staying with those partners. This infects the social conditioning of females and pervades into media and entertainment that men are trash, players, users, and abusers. Of course, those men exist. But again, the negativity bias projects much further than reality. When women are constantly bombarded by the message to be cautious of men, this amplifies fear and fuels distrust and disgust against men. Hey, unfortunately I lost the second half of this video, so
It's interesting that, you know, we see women kind of actually doing some research and actually looking into these topics, and I actually like how they present it. They present it a little bit different than how us men present things, and it's just nice to kind of get a good take on a good woman. Well, at least we assume, right? Everything is through assumption that they at least maybe care about us. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.